Okay, back down to the start for the heat of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup between Radley College on the Berkshire station and Shiplake College on the Buckinghamshire station. And these crews will have raced each other many, many a time. And welcome Tom Morgan into the commentary box. Nice to see you.
Thanks, Adrian. Looking forward to this one. This is going to be probably one of the races of the Wednesday.
I totally agree. There's a lot of history between these crews racing each other. Radley first raced in this event 1938, or the Regatta 1938. But Shiplake only 1984. It's a much more recent arrival at the Regatta.
Yeah, both real bastions of junior rowing in the UK. I think Radley in particular have had some exceptional Henley campaigns in the past decade, but not as strong as they have been in previous years this year. So I think Shiplake will be looking at this favourably, let's put it that way.
Yeah, they've done better this year. The Radley 8 is a mixture of people. They've got 4 of the J16s come into this 8. Some of the first 8 people, the leavers, didn't want to do Henley this year because it was too late. So they got some young crew, which they've had a good 6 weeks to get them used to this kind of training, and they feel they've had a great campaign just for the future of their club. Whereas Shiplake, having done 8th at national schools, came 2nd at Brit Champs, and really have improved during this season.
Exactly. Shiplake traditionally get quicker as the year goes on, but Radley do much the same. They load for Henley and they anticipate being their fastest at Henley. But if we look at this, Adrian, this is going to be a sensational second half, neck and neck, as they come down the course.
And it just shows, doesn't it? Just because you're young doesn't mean you can't be competitive. These young boys have just never been here before and just been brave. Just, you know, they look at what happened at national schools and think, oh, we can't do anything. It hasn't phased them a single bit.
Exactly. It's remarkable, really, how far Radley have come since the national schools. I mean, they were 6 places behind Shiplake at that event and have managed to come back to within half a length of them at Henley. So a really, really impressive sort of 6-week programme there from the guys at Radley. I know Sam Townsend, master in charge there, has done an exceptional job in getting these boys geared up for that. But I think looking at this race, it looks like Shiplake are slightly more relaxed, a bit more composed at the front end. But realistically, in an 8, half a length is easy to catch back. So it could be anybody's race at this point.
Yeah, it just looks like as they settle into their rhythm, Shiplake on a slightly more efficient rhythm and taking a few inches of stroke. They come down here, but I mean, Shiplake have yet to win Henley.
They have, and they've got a punchy side of the draw. You know, whoever wins this one races the US national champions tomorrow in St Joe's Prep. And then, assuming that the draw goes the way we anticipate it will, they'll then race St Paul's on the Friday. So not an easy side of the draw at all. But let's face it, both crews will just want to make the Thursday, get their name on that roster. Yeah.
So what do you see here when you see this? How aggressively Radley are here? Really, the guys are throwing themselves at this, aren't they?
Yeah, they've always been quite a punchy crew. There's a lot of physicality behind Radley crews in the past. You look at Charlie Elwes, who was in the GB Men's 8 in Tokyo, a really powerful, physiologically supreme athlete. And Radley have always bred very impressive physiological sort of specimens, and I think Radley again really front-loading this race and trying to drive and use their physique. But Shiplake just a little tidier in the water, slightly more composed at either end of the stroke, and realistically with the slightly strange conditions that Henley can throw up, that can prevail quite nicely.
Yeah, there is a contrast to the styles between these two crews, isn't there? Yeah, so you can see the rhythm there, how metronomic and continuous, and it just has to be relentless, doesn't it?
Yeah, metronomic, that's a great word. It's exactly that. It's just continual churn from point 1 to point 2. And you can see here Shiplake look like they're just sitting at about half a length, and that can't be comfortable for those boys. No one really wants to be half a length in an 8 with about 500 metres to go, because Radley will be able to see, hear and almost smell Shiplake. They'll know that this race is very much still there to be won.
Yeah, and they just need to attack it now, don't they? And Radley crew just need to have a go, not wait till the end.
Exactly, and if you're going to have a go, now's the time. You know, 500 metres out, you've got the stewards, the audio roar that comes from the bank. There's no better time to attack a race than coming into the stadia that is the Henley Stewards enclosure.
Yeah, and we can see there, a good picture there, Shiplake College racing down here in the heat of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. Really, the rating's quite high, isn't it? They're really attacking this.
Yeah, like we said, technically Shiplake looked like the more proficient crew, but Radley just using that power. But if we look at Radley now, their blade work, there's a little bit of discrepancy in where the crew is entering at the catch. It looks like Shiplake just a little bit tidier, and that style is starting to pay dividends as they think they're starting to move away as we come into the final few metres.
Well, for the first time in Henley for a lot of these athletes, what a great experience to be involved in a really tight race straight away.
Yeah, fantastic. Testament to the Regatta to be putting on races of this calibre on a Wednesday.
And both crews coming down past the progress board, 10 strokes to go. Radley about a length now behind Shiplake, but their efficiency just seems to be moving slightly further out towards the end of the race. And here as we come to the finish line, It's Shiplake College crossing the line. 3/4 of length ahead of Radley College in the PE. And you can see the athletes here, how hard they have to work for this result.